Today, we're going to be making peanut butter and jelly with Mittens. The first thing you want to do is you have your bread, right? You need to get the ingredients. So you have your bread, you have your jelly or jam, whatever you like. They have different consistencies and it's really just a matter of preference. Today we're using Smucker's because it's so delicious, and we have good old Jif peanut butter here. So the first thing you want to do is put your bread onto the plate. You can use dinner rolls, you can use sliced bread. Some people like sourdough. You could toast it first if you want. Today, we're going with some Oro wheat, whole grains. Oro nut bread is healthy. It has a bunch of oats and nuts in it, and it's gonna be really good for Oro. So the first thing, you gotta actually get the bread out and put it on your plate. And sometimes this could be a little bit tricky depending on how they package your bread at the store, but pretty much, relatively straightforward. You just gotta really get it out there. There we go. There we go. Nice and easy. So today we're making one sandwich. So all we really need is just the 2 pieces of bread. So now let's just put the bread over here for now. It doesn't really want to go back in the bag. That's okay. Sometimes bread does that. Sometimes it can be kind of tricky. Okay, so now we put the bread on opposite sides of the plate because you have to be able to smear, you gotta be able to smear the peanut butter and jelly on it. And obviously you can't do that when they're stacked up, right? So the first thing after the bread, which now would be the second thing, is you get the peanut butter. We're going old school, we're going OG, we're gonna use some Jif. So let's pick up the Jif. We'll take it over here. We gotta open it, which is, there we go. Not bad, not bad. Let's put the Jif down. Okay, so you could use a spoon to use the Jif, or you could just do a butter knife, which is what I'm gonna do. So you pick up the butter knife, and you have to get the peanut butter out of the tub, and you have to smear it onto the bread, right? And it's very important to smear the peanut butter on both sides of the bread, because if you don't, what's gonna happen is once you put the jelly on the bread, it's gonna make the bread soggy if it's actually touching the bread, right? But if you put a barrier of peanut butter on both sides, you could wrap it up, put it in tin foil, stick it in your lunchbox, and you'll be good to go like several hours later, right? It really helps to preserve the non-sogginess of your PB&J, your peanut butter jelly sandwich. So let's finish putting the toast, let's finish putting the bread here on the actual bread. Excuse me, the peanut butter on the bread. Yeah, there we go. Nice and easy. There we go. If you pinch the butter knife, it works a little easier, huh? Not bad, not bad. Make sure that as you're doing this process, the 2 breads don't go on top of each other, because again, you're not going to be able to really get it exactly how you want it if that happens. Sometimes it'll play tricks on you and it just makes it a little bit more difficult. There we go. Nice. Very nice. There we go. Let's get some more of this. Nice. Okay. There we have it. So now we've got a little bit of peanut butter. Typically you want to put a little bit more peanut butter, but I'm on a diet right now, so we're gonna stick with this much. Now, in order to avoid cross-contaminating your peanut butter and jelly, you don't have to do this, right? But then you have to like wash the butter knife after it goes in the peanut butter. That way you don't get peanut butter inside your jelly and vice versa. So we're just gonna set this aside over here, and let's take the peanut butter, put the lid back on because now we're done. There we go. Okay, there we go. Let's put this over here. Now we got to put some jelly. We got the Smuckers. They've been around for a long time. Delicious. I can't even tell you. Oh my goodness. It's probably between Smuckers and Welch's. I think I probably have to pick Smuckers. Like, it's so good. Now we're gonna get the other butter knife that I have ready to go. The magic of television. Didn't even have to watch the first knife. So now we're gonna get some jelly in the mix. So we take out the jelly a little bit at a time. Now, one of the things that a lot of people do when they are making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I know I speak from experience because when I was a little kid, oh man, I used to do this all the time, is I would put so much jelly in there because it just didn't, I wanted the sweet, right? I wanted the sugar, and what ended up happening, it was too sugary, which is ridiculous, right? Like, you'd think it would be ridiculous, but when it's jelly specifically, depending on what kind of jelly it is, it can actually ruin your sandwich. So, you know, a lot of people think it's maybe 50-50, maybe like 40-60 ratio with the PB&J, right? Peanut butter versus jelly aspect ratio, but I don't know. You kind of just have to experiment with it. So what we're doing now is we're spreading the jelly all along the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That way we have even coverage. There's nothing worse than eating a PB&J that doesn't have even coverage. Am I right? Am I right? Okay. So now that the jelly is on here, I'm gonna take this other knife, and we just gotta get it off the plate here. So, damn it. There we go. Let's just take that off the plate. I have another napkin over here on the side, and that's what it's for. It's there specifically for that purpose. So now that the peanut butter and jelly are on both sides, let's put the lid back on the jelly, like so. Let's set that aside, just like that. And we're gonna cover the jelly. We're gonna put the sandwich together now. So now we take one piece, you flip it right over on the other. Now, this is a little bit fancy for me, but if you really want to impress someone with your peanut butter jelly skills, what you could do is you take your knife, let's pick up the one for the peanut butter, because it's a little bit closer. Just gotta get that napkin off of it. Know what I mean? Okay, napkin problems, right? Okay, you can cut the sandwich diagonally, and it adds a really, really great, a really great, just like another dimension almost to the actual sandwich. Like it, first of all, you started with one sandwich and now you got two, so that's awesome, right? So that's the first thing, and it's just great. It's just great. You know, you cut it diagonal. It feels like you ate it at a restaurant. You ordered it at a restaurant, and that's basically what we're doing here. This is prestige dining, right? This is a fine dining PB&J experience. Now, oh my goodness, that looks so delicious. Look at this. Look at this. How perfect is that? Oh man, let's put this thing in some cellophane and go sell them at the market, right? Talk about farmer's market killing it. That's fantastic. All right, so now the lunch is ready, you're good to go. You could put that sucker inside a sandwich baggie. You could throw it in the lunchbox and take it to work, take it to school, give it to your kids, give it to grandma, give it to your nephew. Basically, everybody loves peanut butter and jelly. Now, on the health side of a PB&J sandwich, there's a couple things that you should know. Peanut butter and jelly kind of gets a bad name, right? They say, oh, it's not that good for you. It has too much sugar, it has all this. So peanut butter has a lot of protein in it, but it's considered an incomplete protein. The reason it's incomplete is because it's missing one or more amino acids. See, now that's where the bread comes in, because when you add carbohydrates to your peanut butter, you're completing the chain. So basically what that means is by adding the peanut butter to the bread, you are turning it into a complete protein, and you're gonna get a higher protein content value out of your snack, which is awesome. The jelly, on the other hand, is more just for fun. People like jelly, right? It's delicious. Who doesn't like jelly? People put it in jams. They put it on toast. I mean, Knott's Berry Farm has an entire jelly line of jellies and jams, right? It's Knott's Berry Farm. It started out as a berry farm, and that's what they do. They make jams and jellies. Anyway, it's got a lot of sugar in it. It's delicious, but there's always a sugar-free option, or at least a low sugar option, right? And honestly, it's not that hard to go to the store. You get some strawberries, maybe you get some blueberries, whatever kind of berries you like, throw it in the blender and make your own. If it's too juicy, throw it in a simmering pot and just kind of simmer out some of the moisture. It'll thicken it in a natural way that's healthy. It's gonna be good for you, it's gonna be good for your family, and you're gonna love it. Thanks for cooking with Mittens.